Hello, people. What's up? Welcome back to El3vation Radio, where I will be interviewing I'll be interviewing Demigod status today. So stay tuned for that because he will be joining us live in just a second. Okay. Hit the plus button. Yeah, Demigod status will be joining us today, y'all. So catch this playback of this interview on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere that you can stream podcasts. It will be available in the next 48 hours, so stay in tune for that. And we are going to bring
Hey, yo.
What's up?
Another day, another dollar, man. What's up?
I'm good. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, man. Busy. Just finishing up rolling this joint real quick. Yeah, I know you caught me at a terrible time. What's up, man?
I'm good.
I know we said 4, and yeah, I'm sitting here still rolling shit.
You good. You good. I'm still going to ask my questions. You know what I mean? I got a lot of questions for you. And, hopefully...
Please do. Huh? Please do.
Okay. Of course. I'll always come with the questions. Man.
Yeah, that's the only reason I agreed to this podcast. You ask fucking great questions.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, what we doing is...
Like, every time I tune in, I'm sitting here like, oh, he should ask this. And, like, one of the next 1 or 2 questions you ask just that. And I'm sitting there like, this man either reads my mind or knows what he's doing, and I think it's the second one.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it, man. It seems like we're both
Absolutely.
really good at what we do, especially from what I heard. So I want to, start with some basic questions. I want to go back to before, you was Demigod status and you was making mixtapes and EPs and albums and all the other stuff, and that you was a producer, you know what I mean? Because I know that you produce and you're in the production and that you mix and master. We're going to get into all that later, but right now we're just going to get into some basic questions. So right now I just want to ask you, like, what was it like for you growing up? Something basic.
What was it like me growing up?
Yes. What was it like?
Yeah? We're starting there?
Yes, we're starting there.
All right, well... I was born in East Africa, Tanzania.
Okay.
In a city called Dar es Salaam, in Dar es Salaam Hospital. I didn't live there very long. I don't remember exactly how many months. I don't believe I ever reached a year living there as a newborn. Okay. Slowly after that, we moved to Japan. And then I lived in Japan for about 7 years. And then after that, my mother won the visa lottery. And then we came to America. And then we've been living here since 2000. Literally, I got my permanent residency December 12th, 2000. 9 months later, 9/11 happened.
Oh, wow.
So if we didn't, because visa lotteries happen yearly, if we didn't win that year, visa lotteries got a lot more complex, a lot more stringent, a lot more complicated after 9/11. I don't think I would have came to America. I would have been stuck in Japan doing fuck knows what. Japan was great though, but
wait,
hard living out there. It's a different type of hard.
Hold up, because you said something that I've never heard before. I've never heard of a visa lottery before. So can you get a little bit more into what the hell a visa lottery is?
I mean, it's literally what the name implies. I don't know the complexities of it because it got a little convoluted in the last couple of years. But so a visa lottery is basically you put people who are legal's names into law, and then that person and 3 others, usually like a mom, dad, and 2 children, end up getting a visa to go to America. I don't know if it's for any country, but the one we did was for America.
Okay.
Because back in the late 90s, early 2000s, America was the shit. When I came to America, America was the shit. America was popping. Like I don't really care politically what was going on, but like from my perspective as a child, which is very veiled and kind of kept from the dark of what's going on, America was popping. So everyone wanted to come here. Everyone wanted to come here.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted a job. Everyone wanted a visa. Everyone wanted the working people. And we want a visa, like a normal visa, not working. We don't have to work, even though, like, we got to pay taxes and shit. Like, we can just live here like anyone else. It's amazing.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's a very, interesting story. That's the most interesting story I've gotten so far about, somebody's upbringing. I also want to ask you, like, you said you grew up in Japan for 7 years. So, do you speak Japanese?
少し喋ってるよ。でも俺の日本語はわがまま、ちょっとわがままです。でも俺日本語わかるよ。絶対わかる。でも喋ってるはわがまま。So what I just said is, like, I speak a little Japanese. My speech is a little iffy, but I can understand it way better. But my speech is a little iffy. Yeah, I learned the second grade equivalent of Japanese, up to second grade equivalent. So, like, it's just enough. Do I know what a dog is? Yes. Do I know what a cat is? Yes. Do I know do I know how to ask to go to the bathroom? Do I know how to ask for food? Yes. Anything complicated, anything nuanced, anything, especially pronouns, which is what I'm getting when I watch a lot of these Japanese animations, I get lost. And that's enough to just throw the whole speech off.
Oh, okay. So when you're watching a Japanese anime, you still can't catch on to a lot of the things that they're saying.
I can catch on enough. Like, when you watch, like, I don't know if you've ever watched, like, a Spanish drama, if you know Spanish. You catch little words, and then contextually you can figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So that's a lot of what that's like for me when I watch a lot of these Japanese animations. I know a lot of the words, like I said, second grade equivalent, but then I sometimes get lost in a lot of, like, the phrasing, the nuance, the pronouns, the way it's said, who it's said to, why it's said that way, is it sarcastic? There's so many things to miss.
Okay.
You get lost in it.
Okay. So you said you came to America at 7 years old. So, like, did you have to start from scratch when it comes down to English, or, like, did you, was it already kind of taught to you growing up?
No, so, like, a big question people usually ask me when they listen to my story, I don't have an accent.
No, not at all. I can't even tell.
White, no accent. I can speak legibly. I don't have, because a lot of Africans have a certain way they speak. A lot of Japanese people have I went to an international school, so they all but beat any accent out of me, if that makes sense. And, like, they didn't do anything physical, they were just like, listen, if our way of teaching is, if you go to another country that we're teaching your language for, i.e. English, which is the predominant language right now, I mean, everywhere's kind of regular as English, we want you to be able to, like, just be there.
Okay.
No question about what your English is like. No question about where you're from. We just want you to be able to adapt and be in the situation and talk normally. No accents, proper pronouns, proper English, proper, all that stuff. So a lot of people, my English is a little British. British. If people listen. Yeah. So one thing my friends make fun of me for, I say Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I say Tuesday, yeah. I've said it all my life, and, like, lately my friends have been like, that's not how we say it. I'm like, I've been saying it like this all my life, And they're like, nah, it's Tuesday. And I'm like, nah, it's going to be Tuesday forever for me. But there's little things like that I say.
Where did the little British part come from? Because you mentioned British.
Well, English in everywhere else in the world around the mid to late 90s, it was just British. It wasn't, when you thought English, it wasn't like, oh, the English of America. Right. No. Like, that became the predominant norm, I would argue, in, like, the 2000s, 2010s. But everywhere else in the world was just like UK, British, proper,
Yeah. Well, in the UK, that's where English started from. That's why, like, most people just say English. You know what I mean? Because people don't realize Americans, we're the ones with the accent. Yep.
And, it's weird. It's weird living in Arizona for 21 years and then going to other states and then being like, you sound like you're not from here. And I'm like, bro, you have no idea. But what are you talking about? But I guess my English is a lot more Arizonan English. I don't know. Everywhere has its own, like, inflections.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will say this: you had a very interesting childhood, and I want to know a little bit more about your upbringing. Because right now, I'm kind of perplexed. So I want to ask about your high school upbringing. What was high school like for you?
In what context?
Like, did you enjoy high school? Did you, what did you learn from high school?
No.
Did you have a lot of friends? Anything like
that? High school is just high school, man. Like, it just, like, the only reason everyone talked to each other or had relationships because we were just there.
Okay.
It's just one big cul-de-sac. You know what I mean? Like, it never, like, in the moment it was fun. I had nothing in my high school experience that was, like, life impacting. I don't know. I guess a lot of that started, like, in my college years. But high school, I was just kind of, like, going through the motions. Like, I didn't get into fights or anything. Not too much, anyway. But I was just everywhere at once, which is literally what I do now as a producer, sound engineer, rapper, writer, whatever. I'm everywhere at once. And, like, I hung out with the speech and debate kids. I hung out with the band kids. I hung out with the cool kids. You know the type. Sports, and they always have parties. They got, like, rich parents and all that shit. I was best friends with at least two of them. I hung out with the nerds, which is my favorite group. That's the one I ended up frequenting because, like, they didn't want to talk about anything. Right. And then, so, like, I was everywhere at once. There wasn't a group that I couldn't at least get along with.
Okay.
And that's kind of just, like, being raised in Japan, you kind of have to adapt. And in Japan, I was considered an ambassador because any kid in our grade or younger that came to the school had to go through me. I had to introduce them to where everything was. I had to show them how everything worked. I had to show them who to talk to when they have questions, where to go if they need help, I was always that person. So I guess that kind of just translated when I was growing up because even now I'm trying to make connections. One group of people who are artists going to another group of people who are producers. That's how No One's Hiring got started. That's how me and Skinny, I've been working with Skinny for a long time. That's how he's getting a lot more producers now to give him work and that I can sound engineer and then put out for him. There's a lot.
So, you said in high school, that you was pretty much everywhere. So did you discover your passion for music in high school or was that even earlier on in life?
Oh, no. I learned So I discovered my passion for music growing up listening to my mother sing.
Okay.
Yeah. She used to sing for events. She used to sing for fun. She used to sing for recording. She used to sing for herself. Like, just watching her sing was a very big part of why I like music. Because I always listened to her and I was like, I was just in shock because she'd do it over and over and over again. I'd just sit there and watch and be like, Jesus. Like, she's still going. And she's getting better. Wow. 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 Okay, this is now unique to her. Like, she's singing this song about angels in Swahili.
Wow.
And then I could hear her getting better and better and better. And then there was, like, an event in town in Japan, and she was one of the people singing for this event. In traditional African garb, mind you. She's not in the street clothes. We're talking full headdress. Everything. Just going to town on the fucking microphone. I'm sitting there like, Jesus Christ. That's where it all started. Like, I looked at my mom and I was like, that's fucking dope. Because I saw that grow from when I was like 3, 4, 5 until I was like 6, 7 was when I saw her perform. And I was just like, there it is.
Wow.
That's the work. That's the work right there. That's exactly what it is.
Singing in Swahili. Wow, man, that's quite an inspiration. But singing in Swahili, so do you know Swahili too?
I know Swahili, I know Japanese, I know English, I know Spanish.
Wow. Okay, so when did you start learning Spanish? Because, you didn't mention Spanish yet.
High school. High school, come on. They talk Spanish all the time in high school. Like, I always took honors classes. So growing up, I always took honors classes, 2 grades higher.
Really?
So I took calculus 3, 4 as a sophomore, I believe, I want to say. Yeah. Yep.
Calculus? Bruh.
Yeah.
Nah,
I can prove it too. If you go to my old high school, Nah, if you go to my old high school, they used to have a wall. I wonder if it's still there. A math wall of pictures of everyone that did AP Calculus 3-4. I'm on that wall.
Well, are you kidding me?
You can cap it. You can cap it. If anyone ever figures out which high school I went to, go to the math wall, look for my dorky ass. I'm one of the only black people. It should not be hard.
Wow.
I think there was another dude in my class who graduated, and in every year there was like 2 or 3 black kids who ended up doing calculus. You know, so you can find me really easy. Just, yeah, there he is. What year? Yeah, there he is.
So you took pride in your education. So, like, you know, was it a thing where it's like, you know, I want to be educated and I want to be smart and I want to, you know, keep studying and take these AP classes? Or was your parents kind of push you in that direction, or was it a combination of both?
Oh, parents hella pushed me into it. I had no care for it. I did calculus. I didn't do well in calculus.
What was your grade in calculus?
People don't realize. Oh, I passed with a C. Like I didn't get a D or an F, but like my family very much wanted us to get straight A's.
Oh, so okay.
And my brother did it. My brother did it. Straight A's across the board. A. It's got that's what my dad used to say. I want to see when I open a report card.
Was that like? Did you kind of like envy your brother a little bit because your brother was getting A's, and you know your parents wanted you to?
Nah.
Was you like a parent pleaser at all, or did you kind of just not care that
Nah,
much?
my brother was a fucking dork. My brother's a fucking dork. Even to this fucking day, he's a dork. I sit there, I look at it, I'm like, dude, how do you have a straight contingency of being a fucking dork? But, you know, he's my brother, so, like, what am I going to say? Like, I have to sit there and listen to him try and clown me and just be like, this is not worth the war. Like, what am I doing here? No, fuck that. I wasn't a fucking parent pleaser. I just wanted to do whatever the fuck I wanted, you know? I wanted to go to back when I was fucking, goddamn, back when I was like 16 all the way until 21-ish, I was a straight animal. I would drink anything, I would snort anything, I would take anything. I was a straight fucking animal, bro. No. Like, that's a life I left behind, man. Like, it's not sustainable.
16 to 21.
If that makes sense. Yeah, I started smoking at 15. Cigarettes. I didn't quit until 23, 22. Yeah.
What?
Cigarettes.
Okay. Well,
What's
honestly, it didn't affect your, academics, because if you're taking AP classes and stuff, you're taking honors classes, and you're, putting everything under the sun into your body, you must have been, a functioning, I don't know how to say it, but you must have been, a functioning.
You can call me an animal. An animal. I was an animal. Like, there's no other way to describe it. I did all those drugs, went to all those parties, and still managed to get my face on a fucking calculus wall. That's why I don't really care about education too much. Because I'm like, if a person like me, a fucking straight animal, and I wasn't even the worst in my class, mind you. I knew kids that I went to school, they take out a fucking file folder, put some coke, and I'm sitting there like, bro, it is 7:30 in the morning.
What?
Let me get a hit too.
I was about to say.
And then it just be like, all right, let's do it. Let's start the day.
The first thing you could think about is the time when somebody's literally doing coke.
Yeah. My school, listen, my high school, the kids had more expensive cars than the teachers. Many of the kids had more expensive cars than the teachers. Where did you
go to school at again?
Many. I ain't telling.
I'm thinking you
I ain't telling.
Go to freaking Beverly Hills or something.
No, I went to school in Arizona.
Yeah, I know.
I went to school in
You
Arizona.
say you grew up in Arizona. You say you've been in Arizona for at least 21 years, so I figured I was just being sarcastic with the whole Beverly Hills thing, but I'm just saying.
No, I know.
All right.
Nah, the kids had more expensive cars than the teachers, man. Like, shit was phenomenal. And, like, kids always had parties. It was always a party at that high school. Jesus Christ.
Damn, so, like, tell me, was your college life as exciting as your high school life?
It was way more chaotic.
Why do you say that?
There are many nights I woke up not knowing where I am. Or many mornings I woke up not knowing where I am, rather.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, there are many mornings I was taking, like, the walk of shame to my class on MCC, and then some girl would come up to me and be like, hey, it's me, and I'm like, who are you? And she's like, we had fun last night, this, that, whatever, you know, do you have my number? You should text me. And I'm sitting there like, okay. I'm like trying to be nice, because I'm just like, I don't want this lady to know I don't know who the fuck she is. But like, okay, yeah, this, that, whatever. All right, whatever. Like, I always get myself into situations like that in high school. Or in college, rather.
Wow.
No, college, I hung out with frat kids. Hung out with frat kids in college for half of it. And then the other half, I kind of just did my own shit because I was just DJing left and right at house parties and shit and getting paid.
Okay, so how did you get started in, doing DJing? How did you get started in that?
I bought a Hercules MK2 mix controller, and I got, like, obsessed with making mixes, and then I was like, why do this for myself? So I started doing it for alcohol at first, and then people started wanting to pay me for it, and I was like, bet, absolutely. You can definitely pay me for that. I think the most I made was a mansion party in Scottsdale.
Okay.
It was a 4-story, hold on, 1, 2, 3, balcony, 4. Was there a basement? It was at least 4 stories. And I was DJing for the whole house because they had a PA system hooked up to the DJ controller. And I made about $300 that night.
Wow.
From an hour of actual work. Because after an hour of live mixing, I looked around. Nobody cared that I was mixing music. Everyone just liked the music. So I put one of my old mixes on there and just ran around drinking with people, taking shots and shit. Same night that I took Patron out of a beer bong and then drove home.
Are you...
So, good times.
Wow. That is fucking chaotic.
Yeah, so like it was like 240, 250. Bars are closed. We just hit McDonald's, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of sober. And I want a beer, but there's no beer. So I started yelling out, like, who has alcohol? And somebody's like, we have Patron. And I'm like, that'll do it.
Wow.
And yeah.
So I want to ask you, through the alcohol, through the chaos, through the DJing, like, when did you get into mixing and mastering and production?
When I wanted peace. Like, after all of that chaotic bullshit, after all of that, like, chaotic lifestyle, it's just like, I need to find peace, and I can sit in silence and mix for hours. Like, I'll just have lo-fi hip-hop playing in the background and just put up a song, put on my headphones, or put it through my speakers if I'm, like, getting into, like, the final stages of it, and then just mix music, and it's very patient, it's very rewarding, and so my thing about mixing is just, like, all of my life, I've kind of been the center of attention. And I don't mean to be narcissistic when I say that, but, like, side tangent, when I was in college, I was called, and I quote my friend Nacho, the catalyst of bad decisions.
Okay.
If there was ever a situation, right, where someone was like, let's do this, I would always have a way to make it worse. Case in point, a chick in college, I'm trying to stay away from names, chick at a college party, we're sitting there hanging out, she's like 4'6", so she's small. So we were all drunk as fuck. This was grad week 20, I wasn't 21 yet, so 2013, 2012.
Okay.
And someone was like, let's shove Sophie in a cabinet, right?
Okay.
She's small. Shove her in a cabinet, see if she fits. She's like, yeah, let's do it. My dumb ass is like, fuck a cabinet, let's shove her in the freezer.
What the? In the freezer? She could fit in the freezer?
She fit in the freezer. 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 She was just small enough.
But
it didn't close all the way, but she fit in the freezer.
But why are y'all putting this little girl into small compartments like freezers and cabinets and stuff? Was it just for fun?
One, we got her 1, we got her permission. 2, we were drunk as fuck. 3, we were fun.
Oh, wow. That's...
She was really into it. I was just like, why is she into this? I was like, okay, if she's into it, I guess a freezer. Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, if somebody... Listen, I don't look gift horses in mouths, man. Like, I don't think you understand. If somebody sits there and tells me you can shove me in a freezer, I'm like, bet, that sounds like consent. Let's do this.
So if you were in a situation like that right now, where, you know, you're drunk, you're having fun, and a girl is like, put me in the freezer, are you going to do it?
I would do it if somebody videotaped the entire interaction, because shit's complicated now.
I wish somebody would have videotaped a lot of the stuff you was doing in college and high school. Because from what you're telling me... I have an old cell phone somewhere with all of it documented, and it's never going to see the light of day. Oh, is the cell phone working?
Yeah, it's from like 2009. I think it's the last time they made the Sidekick. So, like...
You have a Sidekick with video footage on it right now.
Dude, I always rock with old cell phones. My current cell phone that I'm filming this on is 5 years old, about to hit 6.
Damn. Oh.
I always fuck with old tech, man. I don't fuck with this new shit. Nope.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
No,
all right,
sir.
so I'm going to ask you this, all right? So we're going to get more into the music. So how did you learn to mix and master? Like, did anybody teach you, or did you kind of just Google some things and learn yourself?
I kind of knew what I was looking for, so I used to hit up a lot of forums, and I mean, people were really honest in forums. Like, I'd just be like, "Why am I getting a boxy sound whenever I'm mixing someone's vocals?" Right. And somebody'd be like, "It could be 2 things: 1, the saturation's too high and it's making it rub the higher frequencies, or 2, there were a couple frequencies that, on a numerical scale, if you dial into it and do a high pass filter." Which basically means like to raise the sound in that band of frequency, right? And then you listen carefully and it starts to hurt your ears. Drop that by 2 to 3 decibels. You're good. So it's little things like that. Like I just searched like, what's this problem? And it'd just be a giant fucking forum. All the way back to like 2012, 2011. So it's not like I'm getting this shit from like 2018, 2019 people are teaching this stuff. These are forums that have been up for years. And people are just leaving it there. And I'm like, free information.
Right.
Awesome. Fantastic. What am I complaining about?
So I want to ask you, what program do you use right now? What program have you used in the past when it comes down to, you know, mixing?
I've used a lot. I'm going to keep it brief on that one because I don't like to tell people how the sausage is made.
Okay.
Too much, yeah. I can tell you about VSTs. I don't really like to talk DAWs with people because then I get into conversations that I don't want to get into.
Okay, makes sense. So, you know, you're mixing and mastering, you're producing, you're DJing. So when did rapping and writing come into play?
Rapping and writing came into... So, fuck. Writing started in high school. Writing... God. Like like every time I'm trying to answer the question, I have to like dial the clock back and be like, no. Yeah, so writing started when my father wanted me to learn how to write better.
Okay.
So anytime we watched a movie, we would come home and have dinner, whatever, go to sleep, wake up. If it was like spring break or summer break and we watched those movies, which is usually the times that me and my dad would hang out because he was usually in Japan. He was usually in Africa. He was usually in Germany. He traveled, you know? Like my parents were apart, but like they were still married. It's just my dad worked everywhere in the world, you know?
Okay. What was his occupation?
So whenever, like, chemical engineer.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in the sales part of it, though. Like, he could do the technical part, but, like, he was very much in the sales part of it. And he was very good at it, which is why he had contracts all over the world. Still does. Man's like 60... Whoa, boy, he's going to hate me if I said that. 58, 59? Yeah, no, so, like, whenever we'd watch a movie, next morning, he'd give me a couple pieces of paper and say, give me a 2-page summary of what we just watched.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. And how did you feel about doing those 2-page summaries?
Shitty.
Like you're on punishment or something?
Yes, it literally, yes. Yeah. But, maybe a good writer, so what can I say?
Okay. So, like,
every fucking movie, bro. Every fucking movie. Every time my father wanted to do something nice for me, I'm sitting there like, something's coming. Something's coming. And I was right half the time. I was like, son of a bitch.
So,
pen, paper, here you go.
I don't mean to make you think again, but I'm going to ask another question to make you think. So, what is one of the first raps that you put out, and how satisfied are you with it now?
One more time? What is one of the first raps that I put out?
The first rap songs you put out, and how satisfied are you with it now?
There's a song called Ghetto Thoughts, which is probably the deepest song I've ever made. Because a lot of my songs are very, like, tangents. They talk around the problem. They're not directly at the problem. They very much make allusions around it. Ghetto Thoughts is the first one that I, decided to just hit the problem and just speak about it honestly. Because it was just about family. It was just about upbringing. It was just about, all that shit. And that was the first rap I ever put together, and it was 19 takes in Skinny's closet.
Wow.
Because he had a setup in there, sound guards, everything, microphone, sound pads, whatever. Yeah, 19 takes in that closet, and that was the first one. I listened to it now. I'm actually putting it out in an album that's supposed to have come out today, but Spotify's being weird. It's coming out in an album coming out really soon. It's Ghetto Thoughts. It's just about my life.
Okay.
What it was like growing up, what all the fucking shitty shit that I went through growing up, from my perspective.
Well, definitely gonna catch that. So I want to ask you, because you mentioned Skinny BK, so I want to ask you, how did you meet him, and how did you guys get this music relationship started? Like, how did that whole meetup start?
I met Skinny at my lowest.
Okay.
When I was just starting to go to the gym, and I used to go to the Planet Fitness, north of me, a couple miles, and then one opened up literally down the street, a mile west from me. And I started going there. I was 260 pounds. Started going there, working out. Skinny was one of the first people hired there. We started talking. And so my thing about black people, and this is gonna put a lot of our community on blast, and I don't care. I have to figure out whether or not I can hang out with you. I think a lot of us know exactly what that means, but I will break it down very simply. I have to be able to walk with you into a convenience store and not have to stare at you and make sure you're not pocketing anything. Layman's terms. What that really means to me is I don't like shifty motherfuckers.
Oh, okay.
So when I see other niggas, I'm like, you cool? You cool? You cool? You cool? You cool? You cool? All right. Because me and Skinny talked about it too, because we were we had to very much gauge each other as black people and be like, you good? You a gangbanger? You like that? You like this? No? Yes? Okay. It's very much that. So we started talking. He watched anime, I watched anime. He made music, I made music. Hey, here's a beat I made. 6 hours later, he sends me back a rap to it. 5 hours later, I mix and master it. That was our first song, Link's Espionage.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. So after that, I was just like, do you have any more work? He's like, I'm working on a project. And I'm like, okay, I'd be honored if you let me mix and master for it. He's like, bet. And then that was self-presentation. And then, shit kind of started from there.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So, I also want to ask you, because with you and Skinny, is there a friendly competition with you two? Because I heard one of the songs on Nomadic Thoughts when y'all going back and forth, and Skinny ended it with saying it's just friendly competition. You know what I mean? So is there a friendly competition between both of y'all?
I wouldn't work with Skinny if I couldn't compete with him. I couldn't work with Skinny if I couldn't respect him as an artist.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that's just, I don't like to waste my time. And if someone is constantly putting out stuff that's just consistent garbage,
okay,
I'm just like, eh.
Okay.
But Skinny very much tests the boundaries. Like, he has his nomadic projects, he has his own projects, he has his features, and everything sonically sounds different. So he keeps me guessing and wondering, like, what's next? What's going on? What's this? What's that? And it makes me look at myself, too, and look at those tangents and be like, maybe I can figure out a tangent here. Like, some of my music has, like, a death metal sound to it. Some of my music has a lo-fi sound to it. Some of my music has old-school hip-hop. Some of my music has, like, a skateboard-type beat. Some of my music has deep 808s. So I kind of try to keep up with him in that sense because he's always kind of doing that, too.
Okay.
So, and it's always competition. It's not like my song was better than yours, but it's like, I got your ass on that verse. You know, like, if we're on a song together, I got your ass on that verse. You know, and we each kind of get to a point where we're like, yeah, you got me, yeah, you got me. Or, yeah, I got you, yeah, I got you. And it's like the reverse.
Like, have you ever, like, you know, y'all was about to collab on a song and he did his verse first and you heard his verse and was like, oh, shit, like, I have to really step my game up on this song?
Yeah, Beat 16. I wrote a verse, he laid his verse down. I was like, I need to rewrite my verse. I played it simple. I don't know what to tell you. Another time that happened, Dead Man's Walking. I put a verse, and my verse was a very opener. It was just like laying the premise. And that's why I was like, I told Skinny, look, I'm going to lay the premise of the song, and then you're going to satisfy it with a picture. And then that's it. And then he painted the picture, and I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. And I was like, if I let this end like this, he's going to kill me on a song on my album. No. So I ended up recording another end part to it after the hook that sealed the deal for the song. And then that was me kind of like, you know, reaching his point and being like, hey, man, I didn't let you have this. I put my own fucking footprint on this, so you're going to have to live with that.
Because you can't get outdone in your own song on your own album, so completely understandable. You like, I don't give a fuck if you are my homeboy. You ain't going to out-rap me on my own song, so.
Can't happen, man. That's just
right.
ethics.
So I want you to tell me about your writing process and how long it takes you to actually write a song on average.
You're going to piss people off with this one.
No, go ahead.
It takes me like an hour to write.
Oh, that's not. I'm not sure if that's gonna piss anybody else off unless they have some type of insecurity about their own writing.
It takes me about an hour to write. It takes me about 30 minutes to make a song. It takes me about 30 minutes to mix and master. It takes me 2 hours to finish a song, start to finish.
So in total, how much time is that?
2 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
That's why it's going to piss people off. It does not take me long. I can put a song together like that. I think, and people don't even realize which song it is. Some people are like, oh, it's this song. I'm like, no, that song took the longest, and I hate you for it. But like some songs, like my Ski Mask Status. Have you listened to that album?
Yes, Ski Mask Status. Let me look it up. Yes.
The intro, that whole thing, took 3 hours total. And I can show you the files for it. I can prove this shit. I can show you the files for it. I downloaded it, when I mixed it, when I mastered it, the last date that I opened it. 3 hours.
Wait, so how long did it take you to put it together, like the whole thing, not just the intro? How long did it take you to put the whole thing together?
2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks, and like a day or two every week. It didn't take me long. Ski Mask Status was like I woke up one morning and I was like, I'm gonna do some hood shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
I wanna make a song about doing hood shit and like robbing people and shooting places up and using piano wire and
I get it.
Yeah. And I was just like, let's just make an album about hood shit. And not even like steal your bitch, fuck your girl, this, that. No, I'm talking like literally robbing people, getting away with murder and robbing people like a bank and making it off,
Like basically like
that's all that was.
Basically like classic Ghostface, basically. Or Scarface is what I mean.
Yeah, Scarface for sure. I would even say there's a song by Eminem called Criminal, where he talks about like the whole process of like, My words are like a dagger, a stag in the head, fag or a les. Whether you, like, it's just like a whole breakdown of like the type of person he is, Eminem. You know, and then it gets to a scene where it's just like, I'm a criminal. The music cuts off. He enters a bank. He's like, put the fucking money in a bag. Girl's freaking out. He's like, I'm not gonna hurt you. And then pulls the trigger. And then the song starts again. Sirens, all that. It's just chaos,
yeah, Eminem's
right?
always, you know, doing things to make himself chaotic and stand out. So, you know, Eminem, that's what Eminem is known for. You know what I mean? It's being, you know, the rapper that's always, you know, doing some weird shit, but at the same time, he's always genius with that weird shit. You know what I mean?
But that's what Ski Mask Status is. It's like that whole type of song into a project, where it was like you start out where like the intro is just like we're getting rid of a loose end. The second song is literally like I'm just minding my own business, but I guess I have to do shit. And then it's Hourglass, which is just like two sides of the same coin, where it's like we're both doing the same type of shit. One sloppy, one proper, whatever. Fourth song where it's like we skipped the whole heist, getting out of there. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And then the last song where it's like we're still making our way out. You know, we got rid of our last loose end. It's me and a chick named Mabel who benches 350. We're driving the fuck out of there.
I love how you break down your songs, man. So, you know, break down your EP like that. So, also, I want to ask you, you know, move on to a different question. How did you and Street Politicians meet up? Like, how did that happen?
I don't know, it was random.
Random. Okay, describe random.
I don't know. Trying to pick my words carefully. Can we go to the next question?
That was random. Go to the next question. We can definitely go to the next question, and I'll give you guys time to think about that one. So, I do want to ask you.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get an answer in that time, but yeah, you can
I do want to ask you, you know, because you break your EPs and your songs down so well. So I want to ask you, what is your favorite EP or album that you put out so far?
Please Recycle by a landslide. I love Please Recycle. I love Please Recycle. I know, but it's the most played album per song that I have.
That's the one
right now.
Captain Planet, right?
So, Captain Planet, throwing all your shit out and taking it for granted. Each piece of garbage, another bomb stranded. Carry yourself like you hate this place. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one of my.
I know.
That's probably my favorite too. But I want to ask you, like,
get out of here! What? Hold on! Whoa! You like Please Recycle?
I like Please Recycle. Yeah.
Why?
I like it. It was cool.
Nah, this is a question for you. Why do you like Please Recycle? I want to know why it's the most played album. I still haven't figured it out.
It's something about it. It's very different from a lot of the stuff that I've heard out there. And like just the way that you know, tell a story and structure your words, and you know, I was just listening to it like, this is kind of, it's very, I wouldn't say weird, but just, it's just something perplexing about it that you want to just keep listening to it over and over again. And like the darkness of the beats and the bass, you know, the instrumentation in the background that, you know, which I really love. So like, it's like, I don't know. It's something. The thing is that I've always been like, you know, when you look at me, you look at my favorite artists, and you look at my favorite albums by those favorite artists. Like, I always liked it when like they go into the deeper, more shallow parts of themselves, because I feel like I get the most real parts of themselves. You know what I mean? And with Please Recycle, with Please Recycle, it's just something very different about it that makes me want to keep listening to it. That's the best way to just sum it up, is that it's just it doesn't sound like nothing that's out there. And I feel like if you keep putting it out, and if you keep promoting it or whatever, like, people are gonna, you know, that's probably why it keeps getting played, because, you know, it's so different.
Yeah.
It's not
merch coming soon, so stay tuned.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, merch coming soon. Stay tuned. I got T-shirts and shit.
Okay. Wait, so everybody has said that? Because you said it's not only me. You said more than one person has said that that's their favorite project.
Yeah, one of my friends, Lucas, who was the narrator or like the boss in my God Complex album, he even said, he's like, I really, really like this album. It's short, it's sweet, it's exactly what needs to be said. It's so Please Recycle, the album. A lot of people don't realize the breakdown of Please Recycle. Please Recycle is an album about hell. So the first song, Omen Closer, is hell in space. Yeah. You know, I'm in space, I'm doing diagnostic checks, something broke in, now it's getting closer. Please Recycle, Captain Planet, is a horror story on Earth. You know, you tried to throw dog shit, somebody saw you, he chased you to your house, now he's peeking through your window, he breaks it down, he's yelling at you to please recycle. And then Tartarus is literally hell. That's another rendition of hell in Greek mythology. And that's just hell in hell. You know, you just go through hell. Yeah, because
at the beginning you kept repeating, it's just an omen, it's just an omen, it's just an omen.
Yeah, and then now it's getting closer, closer, closer.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, man. The thing is that your music in total, like, I fuck with your discography in total, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, please, real quick, just tell me about, you know, your Smorgasbord board 6-track EP, the one with instrumentations to them.
What about it?
The album, the EP with all instruments. So, like, you know.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, so you said that, you know, it takes you only a couple of hours to put together a song that you know, written and recorded and stuff like that. So how long does it take you to just put together production by itself?
Way shorter. Way shorter. Way shorter. Way shorter.
Beats?
Okay. Way shorter. Sorry, I have to plug in my phone. That's why I'm at an angle right now.
Good.
Yeah, way, like, night and day shorter. Like, when I make beats, I kind of just, like, fall into a trance. And it's usually, like, beats for me is like a 2-session process if I'm really getting into it. And the first session is just to lay the groundwork. Just, like, what the beat's going to be like instrumentation-wise and all that stuff. And then the second session is putting everything exactly where I want it to be, adding skits, adding sound effects, adding an ending, done. So Smorgasbord, here's a question for you. Which song on Smorgasbord took 2 hours? Because there's one song that took, I think, a day. And it was like a straight 2-hour session. Which one you think?
God damn. I don't know. I don't know which one. All I know is that they all sound like they took time, though. They all sound like they took time. So when you say that they, you know, were short, I'm kind of having a slightly hard time believing you when you say that it didn't take you that long, because all of the songs on there sound like they took some time to make.
Really?
Yeah, all of them on there sound like they took some time to make. That's a compliment, though.
Let's see. I believe Get the Picture and Electrify took a day. Yeah. That was a one banger. That was a one banger. That took a day, and I was just like, I like the Beastie Boys. I like a piano. I like a violin. Let's do it.
Okay. You know? Like, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, so like, so I study a philosophy called a 4-hour work week. Have you heard of this philosophy?
No. You have to explain that to me.
So the philosophy of a 4-hour work week is the whole week is spent prepping for your 4 hours. The whole week. The whole week is spent prepping for that 4-hour golden burst of energy. 4-hour work week. I spend the whole week planning out what my session looks like. What am I going to work on? What's this song going to look like? And I have notepads on notepads on notepads of this shit, right? In my phone. And I'm looking through it, and I'm just like, okay, this song, I need to add a reverb. I need to add a delay. I need to add this and pan it to the left because it's a little loud. I need to add this and increase the frequency because I can't really hear the violin. I need to put the vocals in here. I need to separate the vocals a little bit by a beat or 16 bars or what. Like, I spend the whole week planning that out. And then when it's go time, it's go time. I form up like Voltron, you know. I get into it, I start, and my thing is, like, I work on 3-4 songs at a time, okay? I work on one song, I get burnt out of that song. I'm like, okay, let's work with a different type of song. I work on that song. I'm like, okay, let's work on a third type of song. I work on that song, and I'm like, okay, I think I know how to fix the problem from the first song now because I figured out how to make it sound better on the third song. Let me go back. Okay, fix that. Okay, go to the second one. I'm still stuck on it. Go to the third one. Okay, now I'm kind of getting around to it. Go to the fourth one. Work on that. Okay, now I think I can work on the second one. Now, it's a process, man. It's a lot of my strength as an artist is prep time. I could never do, like, as much as, and I don't want to say never because that's limiting, but battle raps will kind of be hard for me. Freestyles I will never do.
Okay.
I could never competently do, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think so. It's just too off top. Like, I can make it work because I've done a lot at this point, so I could draw from my other raps and kind of bring it in and just, like, make it work. But fresh? No.
Okay.
Never. Prep time all the way.
Wow.
Yep.
Yo.
4-hour work week. That's all you need. That's all you need.
I'm definitely taking mental notes right now because I never heard of a 4-hour work week before, And listening.
Yeah, you can read about it. There's tips and strategies for it. You can definitely read about it.
Yeah, man. Listening to this, I'm glad I'm doing these interviews because I'm learning a lot from every single one of y'all. You know what I mean? And I'm learning so many different things from each and every one of you guys. So, and I'm very humbled to listen to the advice that you guys have. You know what I mean? Because, especially when it comes down to mixing and mastering, because I'm not a master at mixing and mastering just yet. You know what I mean? So, to hear all this information, you know what I mean? It's humbling, man.
I feel you.
So I want to ask you, what is your ultimate goal? Like, where do you see yourself with all of this, production, writing, DJing, and, just being an artist, period? Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years?
I don't know.
Okay. You don't have to know.
I don't know. I never like I'm kind of just a moving train, like I'm not really. My philosophy is man plans, God laughs.
Man's plan, God laughs. Explain that.
Man plans, God laughs. So if I, a man, plan something, God's gonna laugh and be like, "You have no idea what the fuck's in store for you," and that's usually how it's worked in my life. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's a good thing, that's a bad thing. I just don't really have any expectations for myself as far as, like, at this point I want to make this much. At that point I'm just a moving train, man. I'm making merch, okay? I'm hitting up more venues, okay? I'm talking to managers of these venues and seeing if they need openers, seeing if they need help. I'm trying to get an animator. I'm constantly working with new artists. I'm hopefully going to start working with a major artist sometime soon, if things work out, ideally. Hope to God. Like, I have too much to do for me to really have an idea of where I want to be at right now. Because I don't think anything I've done is fleshed out enough for me to be like, this is going to be here and I can make it. I'm kind of just finding my footing right now, still. Okay. And my thing is I gotta respect the process. I gotta find my footing, I gotta dig into my footing, I gotta know what I'm about. And I think after I get the merch and after I start performing more live, especially for like official venues, and I did one like a week or two ago with Dark Matter, shout out to Dark Matter, which is fun, but bigger, more, there's something I'm looking for, and I'll find it, but at this point I'm kind of just there.
Okay, makes sense. So, speaking of merch, tell me more about the merch that you sell.
Oh, yeah, I've got a T-shirt, Please Recycle, because it's my most pound-for-pound played album. I've got a T-shirt with the album in black, and, I'm going to be selling that soon, hopefully.
Okay, Cool. So when it comes down to your music and you as an artist, let's just say that you put out a song, right? Or a freestyle, like a visual, and... you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning, and the visual done went viral. And now you got, tens of thousands of followers and tens of thousands of more plays. How would you react in that situation?
I have a lot of questions. Yeah. And that's usually how it is for me. Like, when something does well, like Please Recycle, I'm just like, what did I do that made people care about this? And can I maybe use what I learned to do it again? And that's pretty much what it is for me. That's it.
So why do you think that you're so inquisitive and so curious when something does well?
Because I want to be more efficient. That's all it is for me. Like I just want to be able to be like when you sharpen, like you can cut vegetables with a shitty knife, right? You can use a shitty knife. It's not hard. You can use a spoon if you really try hard enough. But it won't be efficient. But you could take the time, get out of the sharpener, sharpen your sword, test it, sharpen, test it, sharpen, and then finally when it comes time to chop vegetables, you're fucking gliding through that shit. That's how it is for me.
Okay.
And I'm sharpening, I'm testing. I'm sharpening, I'm testing. I'm writing, I'm performing. I'm writing, I'm performing. I'm mixing, I'm mastering, I'm releasing. I'm mixing, I'm mastering, I'm releasing.
Okay.
I'm getting sharper, 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 I'm getting sharper. I'm increasing my ceiling, I'm increasing my ceiling, I'm increasing my ceiling. And that's what it is for me.
Okay. Understood. I love the fact that I'm unpacking your thoughts right now because, you have, I don't know how to describe your mind because it's very intelligent. So, keep doing what you're doing as an artist and keep, it's just, every answer that you give me so far, it's like I said, I'm just learning and I'm just taking in. So, I want to get to another question of yours. So what advice would you personally give to another person who wants to get into production, mixing and mastering and things like that? It's okay. Take your time.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't think so my advice would have to be contextual.
Okay.
I wouldn't just be able to just like, because it'd just be too like, follow your dreams. Don't be scared. Right. Like, I'm not that type of motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what's your problem? Okay, fix it this way. So I guess like, okay, so that's a good one. Okay, so my advice would be find out where your weaknesses are and find out where you can fucking capitalize on making it better. My weakness, I'm good at the technical stuff, but I need another ear because I'm very biased in my own mixes.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, that's the way it needs to sound, that's the way I made it, whatever, it sounds good. So I have like 2 people that I send it to who are producers, and I let them listen to it, and they give me their 2 cents. Like, this could be harsher, this could be quieter, this could be louder, this could be pan to the left, this could be... So I guess, like, find out what you're weak at, and like make it better, but like don't be afraid to ask for help. Like we are so in a society that like people just keep it to themselves, and it's sad to watch because like we as humans are social creatures. We literally will die if we go from birth to 4-year-old with no human contact. There are scientific experiments on this. Like, we are social creatures on a fundamental level. We have to be able to capitalize on that. We are the only species that's like that. Lone wolves exist for a reason. Bears are solitary animals for a reason. Right. Sharks, too. We are the only organisms that need to socialize. And we're not going to know everything. And I think it's the hubris of an artist to be like, I know everything, I don't need help. Like, you're not going to get anywhere. Sorry. You're not. Oh, you can do it yourself? Okay, find a promoter. Oh, you can do it yourself? Okay, find someone who's going to give you a venue. Oh, you can do it yourself? Okay. You know what? Find someone who can mix and master your beats for you if you're an artist. Find someone who can rap for you if you're a producer. You cannot do it yourself. You can't. You can't do 100%. You gotta get help, man. And sometimes it's okay. And that's a 2-parter, right? You gotta be able to get help, but you got to be able to help others, too. Because you can't just get help and be like, keep it. No. Pay it back. Pay it forward. Give it back to the people that need help as well. See yourself in those people who ask you for help and see if you can point them in the right direction.
I love it. I love that answer, man. And I also want to ask you, Did it take you a while, yourself a while, to start asking for help?
Yeah, I have trust issues.
No, completely understand. I completely understand that. So, you know, when it comes out...
I've lived my life with a lot of shitty people around me. And I've lived a long life, and that fact has not changed one bit. A lot of shitty people out there. But there's a lot of fucking great people out there. Case in point, you. Like you told me like a month ago, you're looking for spots. I'm like, this, that, whatever. I'll let you know. And then later on, I was like, maybe I should do an interview. And this is fun. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of good people out there. Skinny constantly keeps me on point, gives me music, we hang out, we're bros, all that stuff. There's a lot of good people out there. You know, so, I guess realizing that there are a lot of good people out there has very much rounded my human experience to be like, yeah, you can ask for help. You don't got to do everything by yourself.
Yeah, extremely important to have, be surrounded by, good people. That's good, to have that good energy. Because if you're surrounded by people who are constantly trying to take, it's going to drain you in the long run. So, I definitely agree with that.
It's exhausting.
Yes,
exhausting.
Definitely fucking exhausting. So, I want to ask you, besides Skinny, is there another great artist that you could tell me about that you've worked with personally?
Great artist?
Like a really good artist besides Skinny that you've worked with personally.
What's your definition of personally?
Like you've actually put them into your studio, you mixed and mastered some of their vocals, or you produced for them, or like you might.
Oh, mixed and mastered their vocals. I like my friend Merles. He's dope. Cat from Texas. Me and him make great music together. We made "Coming to the Table." We made "Foyer" together. A couple of songs we made together.
Okay.
Greenfield. He's another one. Young kid. I think he's 18, 19, and like we met through we met through Reddit, and some guy made a Discord group, and he ended up meeting something mixed and mastered, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just put it on my plate. It's not that hard, and he's had clean vocals. He could speak into a microphone, so I mixed his album. There's a couple of good people out there. I mean, I work with GB Slowly too. Me and him co-produce stuff together.
Interesting.
A lot.
Okay.
And he makes his own stuff too. I'm not saying like I'm the only one. I'm the only reason he's working or anything. But he co-produces a lot of my stuff with me. Like if I need an extra ear, it's either GB Slowly or Dogface. And Dogface is another person that I work with that's fucking great. GB Slowly I make all of my Halloween albums with. So Please Recycle, and then the one I'm working on coming soon. And then Dogface and me make a lot of old school, type beats. Rolling through the city type beat.
Okay. So for you, I want to ask you, who are your inspirations as far as hip hop goes, and like who can I find in your personal playlist as far as hip hop artists or rap artists?
Personal playlist wise, you can find Busta Rhymes.
Okay. Great choice.
You can find, he's just. The guy isn't all there, and I fucking love it. It's fucking beautiful.
Those are the best ones.
If you've seen his old music videos, Jesus Christ, the man was not here.
No, he wasn't.
Jeez. Oh my God, and he's so great for it. I'm so grateful for Busta Rhymes. You have no idea. I like people that test the boundaries of rap. So Busta Rhymes, Eminem, who else? Tyler, the Creator, for sure.
Okay.
Like, going from his old stuff, we're talking Odd Future, Wolfgang, KTA, Volume 1, Volume 2, and then Wolf, Goblin, fucking, all of this shit just sounds different. And it's just literally the journey of a man finding himself through all these crazy type beats where he's like, one of the songs, the chorus is "Kill people, burn shit, fuck school." Like, I don't know what else to tell you about that, but that's all you need to hear about the song. It's called Radicals, and it's fucking radical, But it's just capturing that pocket and just putting it out there and just moving on. And then now he got nominated for a Grammy for Igor. You know what I mean? So, like, speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Igor sounds completely different from where that song was from, Goblin. You know what I mean? it's different. So I like people that push boundaries in that sense. But here's the funny thing: I don't listen to hip hop. Is not my main genre that I listen to.
What is your main genre?
I listen to a lot of death metal, rock, electro. I like Slipknot. I like Lamb of God. I like Emior because I love fucking technical death metal riffs. Oh, any day of the week. Any day of the week, bro. If I'm at the gym and I look pissed and I'm lifting extra hard, I'm listening to death metal. Let's be honest. I am. So, who else? Whitechapel, Veil of Maya. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking death metal on my list. Yeah. But yeah.
Wow. So is that like your lead genre in your playlist is rock and death metal?
I mean, I have a playlist called Death, but no, I listen to a lot of everything. I don't know. It just depends what my mood is, honestly.
So you could switch. Okay.
Like I used to. Yeah, I mean, like usually I just have low fidelity hip hop playing because it's not a lot of energy needed to listen to lo-fi hip hop. So I'm like, okay, I'll just play it in the background while playing video games or making music or whatever. But if I'm getting active death metal, if I'm vibing hip hop, if I'm like cleaning or something, I'll put like Daft Punk or Bloody Beetroots or Avicii or Deadmau5 or stuff like that. So it just depends, man. I even listen to classical. I love Puccini. I love fucking Wolfgang, Mozart. I like. There's a lot, man. There's a lot. Bach is a fucking great one. There's a lot out there. There's a lot out there.
Okay. You know, very interesting.
I listen to everything but country. Everything but country. Because I don't. Okay, listen. Here's my PSA for country. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. What am I? Am I supposed to like it? Am I supposed to relate to it? Okay, maybe I can't relate to it. Maybe that's the problem.
It's not for everybody. Not every genre of music is for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say that I, have a mix of everything in my music genre because I'm mainly an R&B kind of guy, like R&B and old school hip hop kind of guy. Like I'm more into like lyrical hip hop, like J. Cole or Tribe Called Quest. Like I'm more into like that kind of hip hop, but that's just me personally. Country, you say you can't relate to it all. So like what? So you said so when it comes down to music genres, do you listen to like jazz or any other music genres that? Okay.
Yeah. I listen to modern jazz. Like there's this band called Space Talk that I listen to. I saw them live first, and I started listening to them like off rip. I like Thundercat. I like Flying Lotus. If there's one artist that I could ever work with, it's Flying Lotus for sure. I listen to it. I listen to a lot, man. I listen to a lot. I listen to a lot from other countries too, like Utada Hikaru. What is it? Uver World, Asian Kung Fu Generation. Sebastian. There's a lot out there, man. There's a lot out there.
Yes, definitely.
There's a lot of music out there.
Okay. Zeke says, "Feeling Modus for show." You know who that is?
I think he said Flying Lotus for show. Flying Lotus is the shit. Flying Lotus is the shit, man. Like Flying Lotus is. So Tyler the Creator is one of my like creative inspirations. Flying Lotus is like a full picture inspiration.
Okay.
You know he made an anime?
I'm not like very into anime like that, unfortunately, no.
Yeah, he made an anime called Yasuke, which the main character is a black samurai. And it just shows the adventure of a black samurai living life, him having fought in a war with Nobunaga, which is one of the greatest Japanese generals. Losing his title as a swordsman because, and then coming back, fighting against an army which was like technologically advanced with magic and shit like that. And, yeah, Flying Lotus makes a lot of good music and films. Wow. I'd say that's the first film that he made that I can tolerate because he made another one called Kuso, which I made 15 minutes into and turned it off. That's just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So I'm gonna have to, definitely, do my research. So I'm only gonna ask you about 2 more questions, and I'm gonna let you get up out of here. One question is just a fun question. I'm just gonna ask. if you could see anybody in concert for free in Phoenix, who would it be? And why?
I don't know. I've seen everyone who I wanted to see.
Really?
Whoever? I don't know. I don't miss concerts. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
You know, if there's a concert, I see it. I don't know. Okay, you know what? I've never seen Tyler, the Creator live. I've never seen him live. So I definitely want to see Tyler, the Creator live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Definitely, man. So, you know, I'm only going to ask you one more
Sure.
question, and I'm going to let you get up out of here. This is a great interview, and I want to thank you so much for doing this interview and participating in this interview, and hopefully, you know.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. You're welcome back anytime that you inbox me, anytime that you like, all right? All right, so the last thing I am going to ask is, like, what impact do you want to make as an artist to the world?
I want people to start expressing themselves again.
Wow. Okay.
I think we have fallen into a norm where people use tattoos, people use sexual orientations, people use ethnicity, people use political affiliation, people use their education, people use their jobs, people use the things they own, people use all of these strange things to express themselves and put themselves in a position where, like, I'm better, I'm this, I'm that, I know, you don't, I know, you don't, I can prove it, look at my car, look at my house, look at my this, look at my that. I want people to start expressing themselves through action. And I want them to start acting like they actually believe in the fucking bullshit they're doing. Because, like, I'm just seeing a lot of people just go through the motions. Like, I'm looking around and I see people, I'm just like, you are just, like, I've heard this conversation from everyone. You're no different from half the people that I work with. Half the people that I talk to about you. There's something special about you. You're not a snowflake. You're just like every other fucking snowflake out there. You know? I want people to start expressing themselves. I want people to start expressing themselves and making mistakes. Because we live in a world where, like, mistakes are like a death sentence now, man. You make one wrong move, you're fucked, bro. You're fucked, bro. You can't make mistakes anymore. Forget it. Forget it. It's exhausting, man. And that's why everyone's mental health is so fucked up. Everyone's always on pins and needles wondering, oh, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Did I make friends? Did I invite him to the right thing? Does he like me? Does he not like me? Dude, fuck that. Fuck that. Nah, man. We need to start expressing ourselves, and we need to start being honest about it. And we need to start being like, this is me, this is what I'm about. I am human. I can change. I don't know everything. I only know what I know right now. And if we talk about it and just show me something I don't know, hey, I can change. But I want people to get that again. And that's what my music's about. I sit there and I question everything in my music. I very much create a list of shit that's wrong, right, and attack it in my music. Perspectives, notions, ideas, all that. It's very fuck the system without being like tear down the government. Right. It's like the system sucks. Like, this system sucks. You know, like, we need to be better. And it starts from everyone individually. Everyone wants to be part of a collective. Everyone wants to be part of a group. That's going to get you killed. That's going to get you in a place where you don't want to be. That's going to get you... It's not going to work out. Just, people need to start being themselves again, man. All I see is a bunch of clones. And I'm not impressed. They're not even good clones. They suck. Everyone makes trap beats. Everyone makes sad boy beats. I'm sitting there like, Jesus Christ. Make something different. Put a death metal guitar. You know?
Right.
Put a death metal guitar. Put a fucking violin. Put distorted vocals. Rap about fucking coronavirus. You know, that's literally one of my songs on SoundCloud. I can't post it anywhere because it's a beat that I got from someone. But do something like that. Do something crazy.
Right.
Don't snort coke and be like, I'm special. What the fuck? Make something. Create something. Inspire. Be inspired.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I could talk for hours on my philosophy on music.
You're dropping gems, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yes, Zeke, definitely right. Commercial individuality, definitely. Yes, that's exactly what's lacking. So
yeah, everyone
really,
wants to be the same. Everyone wants to just make everyone know a snapshot about them. Oh, I'm this, so you can treat me like that. Oh, I'm that, so you can treat me like this. And every things they do, it's just like, this is what I am. And it's like, cool. Anything else? you wanna talk about anything else? Do you wanna do anything else? No? It's just that? Cool. And then they wonder why they're depressed. Really? I'd be depressed too if I'm telling people what I am and they're thinking it's nothing special. The way I think it's special.
Yeah, wow.
Set yourself up with fail.
Wow. I'm gonna play back this interview 1,000 times, bro. You really dropped some gems in this interview, man. I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Yes, got to figure out.
Yeah, happy to be here. Man.
Yes, definitely, Zeke. So, you know, I got to get up out of here.
Yeah, man.
And I got to get up out of here. Thank you so much for doing this interview. I really appreciate it. Like I said before, you know, hit me up anytime. And please catch this interview on Spotify, Apple Music. It will be everywhere in about 48 hours. So definitely, you know, if you want to play back this interview in your car, anywhere you need to go, please go to Spotify and, you know, stream my podcast. So thank you so much for participating.
Hey, wait. Before you go.
Yeah, what's up?
Little plug. I will be shirts soon. Fucking fresh. They're fucking amazing. And they look amazing. They look good. Black on black, amazing. Black on blue, amazing. Black on white, amazing. Doesn't matter. Get the shirts. They're cheap. Hit me up. Add me on socials. D3MIGODSTATUS. Demigod status. With a 3 instead of the first E. I think there's only one E, right? Yeah. 3 instead of the first E. Add me. Let's talk. I swear to God I'm friendly. Like, you can talk to me about anything. I might not respond to everything, but I'm around.
Definitely, man. So I'm going to hit you up. And, yes, check out his merch. Look him up on Instagram. Follow him on Instagram. You know, like he said, he's a pretty nice person, you know, easy to talk to. So definitely thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will catch you guys on the 30th for the next interview. Thank you.
Peace.